Hello Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading for September 18th to the 24th. This is for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, and if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cult across spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Pisces. I don't know why I'm smiling so big for you. Pisces, I do this because I want you to feel like it's a personal reading rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So, Pisces, you know what? I realize why I'm smiling so much because I was thinking about your past reading, and you are, I love the changes that you're moving into, okay? Remember, we're moving into the sun, which is really great for y'all. So, Pisces, this week is going to be very interesting. And speaking of moving into the sun, it is going to be a very transformational week for you. Very powerfully transformative. All right, the first half of the week is actually pretty watery. All right, and I mean that in the sense that we have the sun opposing Neptune on Tuesday. Neptune is in your sign, so you're gonna feel this a little bit more than all the other signs. But I don't want you to freak out. The sun opposing Neptune, it isn't as challenging as like the other sun oppositions that we've gone through recently, like the sun opposing Saturn and whatnot. But even still, the sun opposing Neptune, just be on guard. It's, you know, it's a day where it can be things can be a little confusing. There is a sense of like illusion and, you know, reality versus fantasy around this time. So just, you know, really tap into that creative side of your brain, but most importantly, that intuitive side, right? Y'all are very intuitive. So really let your intuition guide you. Should there be any sort of like, too good to be true moments, or if you see things in a way that you could be like blinded by something that really just may not make sense. Like an analogy I gave earlier in another sign is, you know, when I first moved to New York City, there was an apartment that I wanted. It was $5,000 a month, and I was like, I'm gonna get that apartment. I'm gonna live the New York City lifestyle. But like my paycheck was like half, like my monthly paycheck, mind you, was like half of that. It just like do you know what I mean? Like really just let your intuition guide you, and you know, be really honest with yourself about certain things that may come up this day, because it is, again, like Neptune is in your sign, but remember, Neptune is retrograde in your sign, so it's really allowing you to really tap into your spirituality at this time as well. All right, so be on the lookout for that. The other reason why I say it's like a watery first half of the week is because the moon will be in Scorpio that day as well. So it brings that intensity to this day. It's moon in Scorpio tends to, you know, you become a little bit more like passionate about your passions, but it does tend to release or like unleash secrets and secretive things as well. So this is happening on the day that the sun is opposite Neptune. So just again, let your intuition guide you. You know best. You listen to your inner voice, be in touch with your higher self, and you will be fine. Now, speaking of intensity, Wednesday, the sun is trining Pluto. If you saw your last week's reading, this is big. I mentioned this at the end of the reading. I always mention what's going to happen the next week, just briefly. Sun trining Pluto. This is a powerful, very powerful aspect. Pluto is all about power, and it's all about transformation, okay? Now, one of the reasons why I mentioned Moon in Scorpio is because Pluto is the ruling planet for Scorpio, so there's really, around this time, a lot of intensity. Now, Sun trining Pluto, it's a powerful placement. It is going to be the most powerful Pluto placement that we have for the rest of the year. I want you to take advantage of this. This is a day to feel really empowered. Feel really empowered. Feel really confident in the things that you're doing and the experiences that you want, okay? Really veering your destiny right now, veering life in the direction you want it to go. You have a lot of power this day. You have a lot of power. And as you know, well, maybe you don't. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here for you, Pisces. Pluto is in Capricorn, okay? And that happens to be your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. All right, so really use this to your advantage. You can have a really big impact on people right now, okay? You can have a really big impact, especially at work, career, your passions. You could impress VIPs, bosses, higher ups, even like in regards to family and relationships. It's really like powering up, really bossing up, really being this authoritative figure, this leadership energy that comes with this aspect. So I really love this for you. It actually can be like a really intense day, but use it to your advantage. Remember, it's coming right after the moon in Scorpio, and then like on Friday, actually, the moon moves into Capricorn. Now, this is very interesting because like I said, Pluto is in Capricorn. So when the moon is in Capricorn, it really is like time to get really serious about your passions. And it's almost like I don't have to say that. Like you will just be really laser focused, taking things a little bit more like your passions to the next level, like really honing in on them. So I like the way that everything is falling this week, okay, in terms of the aspects. Now on the 23rd and over the weekend on Saturday, well, depending on where you live, but the sun enters Libra, okay, and so that is the day of fall equinox here in the northern hemisphere, spring in the southern hemisphere, but sun entering Libra. Guess what, Pisces? Remember how I said this is a week of transformation? Well, as you know, Libra, not only is Mars in Libra, but now Sun in Libra in your 8th house of death and rebirth and transformation. You heard me right. You're going to have a very transformative week, okay? Things, like I said, are shifting for you. Big time, all right? You're moving toward the sun. You're seeing a lot more clearly the things that you want. It's like loud and clear now. So I absolutely love this for you. And also just a gentle reminder that Libra is a cardinal sign. So again, that leadership energy, especially coming after with like the moon in Capricorn being a cardinal sign, but Capricorn, the workaholics, that leadership, that just really putting your blood, sweat, and tears into your passions, your path to enlightenment, the things that you want. Libra is, and it's again, like I said, it's that balance energy that's also really important around this time, especially with Mars and Libra. Mars is really aggressive, okay? So keeping that balance in terms of, the changes that are happening in your life, the changes that you want to happen in your life. The 8th house also rules other people's resources and income and money and whatnot. So that could be something that comes up around this time. So when I say that is inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions, debts, even like your partner's income. So anything but your salary, right? So there could be some focus around that. Now, the other thing that I'm going to mention is it is a week of powering up, of really showing up, of really being heard, of really taking advantage of this time and just being that, like, taking charge, okay? I do mention in like a lot of Libra forecasts or in their readings, I do every so often remind them that they are Libras, they are cardinal signs, they are leaders, but when they are the sign of balance, right? The scale, but they're all about that like I said earlier, it's all about that peace that comes with that balance, that peace, that peacemaking, being the peacekeeper, okay? It's the truth and justice, but it's really, really like, think about like some Libras, like Gandhi and, John Lennon was a Libra, and Confucius and Simon Cowell. I know I'm slipping him in only because Libra does rule the justice card in tarot, and he is a judge. But anyway, there's just being really diplomatic, moving forward for the next 4 weeks, and just expecting change. All right, expect it. Change is happening. All right, that we're moving into eclipse season next month. So with that said, Pisces, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for September 18th to the 24th. Again, this is for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising. If you know your birth chart, if you do, feel free to read for your moon, your Venus, all those other placements if you feel compelled to, okay, Pisces? So let's do it. Let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you, Pisces. All right, so Pisces, like I said earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. It really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Pisces, y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Let me move these over a little bit. I hope you can hear me. I've like, you can see like I have my like these ring lights on now because it's a little darker in the day. Which means it's been a long work day and I've been on Zoom calls all day, so my voice is nearly gone. But wow, interesting, Pisces. Interesting. There is going to be a lot of like that balance energy that I was talking about earlier. Big focus for you, okay? Big focus for you, but it does look like the things, like I said earlier, you moving toward the sun, you moving toward the things that you want, like things are starting to happen, that stability is starting to happen for you, okay? Things are starting to happen, which is really great, and they could have, you could have had a lot of new things happen around that new moon in Virgo that we just recently had, but let's go ahead and get started. You did get the Two of Pentacles. Now, you can see, again, I'm going to try to keep this away from that ring light. You can see that he is, this card is, there's a lot of imbalance in this card. I can try, there we go. I'll do it that way. There's a lot of imbalance in this card. Remember, this is a week of just like, remember what I said. You're on the kayak of your life, keeping that kayak balance. So this is saying that this came up in your past. So even though a lot of that imbalance energy is coming through, I am getting an energy, there is a lot of like money stuff going on. Money stuff, like I mentioned earlier, other people's resources or incomes. It can be like inheritance, investments, but there is a sense of like a lot of job changes or job switches that may be happening, or even there's a lot of change happening that's coming up, but there's also a sense of you having had to make some decisions, okay? You know, there's Two of Pentacles did come up in your past, all right? So it also depends on what day you watch this reading, but you, again, a lot of imbalance here. You can see that the Pentacles, he's juggling them, right? And so he's got 1 foot off the ground, even the waves are uneven. It's all about like keeping that balance. In order to keep that balance, you have to ask yourself, like, am I taking on too much? And is there something that I can, adjust in my life to bring a little bit more balance? Like, am I spending a little bit more, too much time at work, not enough time with the kids? Do you know what I mean? Like, finding that balance. But again, Pentacles are, sure, money and wealth. So there is that money aspect, that finance aspect that could have been a thing. And that's, again, I think a lot of Pisces may have switched careers, have thought about switching careers or jobs or even bringing in a side hustle, and now like finding that balance in terms of how am I going to make this work. But just think of something in that regard. The other thing is that even with that said, there is a sense of, as I was saying earlier, the Pentacles are your physical world and your physical reality as well. So it can have to do with like your physical realm, like relationships as well. I mean, this is your reading, so ask yourself, where does that resonate with you? Where do I need to like find a little balance? Because there is a sense of, I'm going to show you something here. You can see the Pentacles bound in the sign of Infinity. He can be juggling his entire life. He's really good at it. But is it what you really want to do? No. You want to be able to find that balance. Now, you did get the Five of Wands in the heart of your spread. All right. So this is a card of, in the Tree of Life, it's attributed to like, the fifth sphere, which is severity. So it is a challenge card, but out of all the fives, it's the least severe. So looking at your entire spread here, it is saying that there is possibly some sort of conflict that may happen this week it's like WTF, like why is this even happening? It's almost like you didn't like ask for it. It's just like happening. And again, this is a week of empowerment. This is a week of standing up. So I'm going to show you something here. This is a card where it's like not even a conflict. You can see they're kids. They're kids swinging their wands in the air. So whatever conflict does come up, it's going to be so not worth your time. It's just going to be a lot of egos at play, okay? And so there is a sense of, again, with this week, with the sun trining Pluto, with all this week of like feeling empowered and stepping into that leadership role and being a big leader at this time, someone's got to stand up and say, hey, y'all, we're wasting our time here. We have to see eye to eye, okay? And it can be at work. It can be a career thing. That was a message coming through strongly with, the Two of Pentacles. But it can be even family. Wands are your passions, by the way. So there could be some conflict of interest, or people getting in the way of you pursuing your passions. But at the end of the day, it really is, whatever happens, it's going to be very minimal. It's more just like annoying. It's just like a buzzing mosquito that just will not go away. And that's when you have to just be like, flick the mosquito away, or just go inside, right? So, you're not followed by the mosquitoes. But this is, again, not worth your time at all. Should something come up, be the leader, stand up, say, let's work together here, okay? Let's work together. Not worth our time, okay? This is child's play. Second thing, if you do have children, this could be a big thing, okay? You may have to be like that person where it's like, all right, y'all, come on. Grandma's here, stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to be like, make sure that they're cool. Make sure they're cool. Remember, the sun trining Pluto is going to affect everyone. It's going to affect everyone. Everyone's going to have this sense of like confidence and empowerment. It's all, everyone's going to feel it differently. All signs are going to feel it differently in different aspects of their life. But then also, if you want to just think about Pisces, all Pisces are different, okay? And that's why I say you have to ask yourself what's going to resonate with you, because you're not going to have the same exact experience as another Pisces. Like, y'all have different birth charts. Y'all have different paths and journeys. So whatever resonates with you, but it is definitely going to be some sort of conflict that does come up where it's not, it's almost like it's a small speed bump that you have to go over, but you also have to take charge. You also have to make sure that this is just nipped in the bud. All right. And one of the reasons why this may be happening is because you did get the moon in your challenge area. All right. So, you know that you are the ruler of this card. So in astrology, Cancer rules the moon. In tarot, Pisces rules the moon. And so this is attributed to you. It came in your challenge area. You see that big, bright, full moon there with a hermit's face in the moon, by the way. So it's coming up in your challenge area. I mean, this is intuition here, all right? Subconscious. It's in your challenge area. So it's like, when I say let your intuition guide you this week, really let your intuition guide you this week. That sun opposing Neptune, it really can be like intense, especially because the moon will be in Scorpio as well, and Neptune, like I said, is in your sign, so you will feel it a little bit more than the other signs. But really let your intuition guide you. Tap into your intuition, listen to your inner voice. When you are tapped into your intuition, when you're tapped into your higher self, you do make better decisions. Everything's nicer. It's like, this is going to be like water off a duck's back, okay? Trust your intuition, okay? Trust your intuition right now. It's going to be very important for you this week, all right? You don't want to be out of your element. And I say that because Pisces, y'all are so intuitive, okay? Now, you did get the King of Wands and the Six of Wands. So you got the King of Wands in your crown, and you got the Six of Wands in the root of your spread. So this is very interesting, and I really love this for you. One of the reasons why I do love this for you is because they're both Leo, okay? King of Wands is Leo, and the Six of Wands is attributed to Jupiter in Leo. And so you just pulled two Leo cards, and as we know, Venus is currently in Leo. And Venus is waking up, and Venus is, she's gone direct. and she's getting closer to. She's still in her shadow phase, but she's almost out of it. Next week, okay, next week she'll be back. You know, she, like I've been saying in others, like she's gotten out of bed, she's taking a bath, she's putting on her makeup. She hasn't really gotten to the club yet. She'll get there next week, okay? She'll get there next week. Now, King of Wands in your crown, there is a lot of career energy coming through. A lot of career energy. If you're not here for career, it's your passions. What are you passionate about? What do you want to go after? All right? What are the things where you feel like you're sitting in that throne? But just like the King of Wands, he's the fun king, by the way. So it's like there's this element of fun that you have in mind that you want to do with your passions. It's bringing you a lot of delight. It's bringing you a lot of fun. It's making you feel really good. So I really love the fact that you have the King of Wands in your crown, and the King of Wands is very transformative. He is the most transformative king, actually. He does have, well, first you see the lions in his throne. Like I said, he's Leo, but you do see that he has a salamander at his foot, but also, and the salamanders back in like medieval times, they thought they were fireproof. Ones are, you know, they represent fire, and so they can like live through fire and whatnot. But anyway, you do see the salamanders on his cape, and then the one here in his throne where it's eating their tail. Now it's referencing the Ouroboros, which is, you know, the unity of all things. It's life cycles. So that transformation energy, and then if you, you know, the Ouroboros, it's the one of the oldest alchemical symbols. Like, I mean, we see them in cave drawings. That's how old they are. That's how much they've endured the test of time. But it really is very transformative, and it's almost like there's so much passion going through your head right now. There's so much of that. So have that connection of remember your intuition, and also unleashing that, you know, compassion too. I mean, you are Pisces, so really being in your element this week, and not let anything like take you out of your element. Again, Five of Wands, it really is like there just could be some sort of something goes sideways, or something that's just like it's more like just annoying. Something annoying may happen, but don't be reactive. Respond. Remember, it's all about being diplomatic. It's all about that balance. You've got this. You've got this. And you've got the Six of Wands, which is victory. It's success. It's achievements. It's, I mean, you're riding high. I mean, this is really great, okay? This is, again, a week, like I said, where your voice will be heard, where you use your empowerment, take action, use it to impress people that you need to impress, to get the things that you need, okay? It does seem like that is what's really fueling you right now, all right? To go toward your passions in a big way. I mean, it's clear as day here. It's clear as day. And it's really rising above, okay? In fact, if you think about this card, it is eminence, okay? And if you take eminence back to its etymological root, we're going way back to Latin, eminere, to rise above. So it really is, even thinking about your last reading, but also like what's happening astrologically this week, really powering up, really taking in like tapping into your inner leader, right? And you are going to have this transformative moment. There's going to be a little speed bump. It's almost like a test. Like, how are you going to, there's going to be something that happens, very mild again. Remember, this is the least severe. This is child's play. So it's almost like, let's see how the universe is like, let's see how Pisces handles this. But you did get the Knight of Pentacles in your future. I mean, what can I say? We are progressing. We are progressing in a really big way here now. Because if you remember last week's reading, it was in your external factors area, okay? Now, it's in your future. So, what was last week is now happening, all right? Again, moving toward that Knight of Pentacles, sowing seeds, reaping rewards, no matter how long it takes. This is commitment energy. This is long haul, in it to win it energy, okay? Stick with it. It looks like there is something that is happening in your life where it's like you are going to see it start to blossom. This is the biggest field, okay? So, you know, this night, just planted a lot of seeds, and he's going to take as long as it takes. He's going to wait as long as it takes for it to just, it's like this blooming, okay? I absolutely love this for you. It could be actually... it could be a lot of, if you're here for relationships, it could be relationships too. Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. Mercury is in Virgo this week, even though Mercury has gone direct. Mercury is still in Virgo. Like Mercury was retrograde for a while, but it's still in Virgo, okay? For the entire week until Saturday, the sun is still in Virgo. That is your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So it could be, again, a lot of career energy, new partnerships in terms of work, career. Maybe you're starting your own business. Maybe you have your own business, enterprise. But, it also could be relationships. Remember, Pentacles are earthbound. And it's just like, what do you want to invest all this energy into? And then remember, you have the 2 Leo cards here. Actually, this is Leo. You got 3 Leo cards here. And Venus is in Leo. And Venus is all about love and money and creativity and beauty and sex and all those other things. But partnerships in love or career could be a big matter for y'all right now. But I really am getting more of career energy, especially with all these wands and pentacles. I mean, you see that you got only wands and pentacles, actually. Other than the moon, you're a card in your challenge area. So be in your element, okay? Be in your element. You're a Pisces. Be that proud Pisces that you're very intuitive. You're very compassionate. Don't have any fears about the future. You're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. Okay. Now let's get to your stuff. Pisces, if you like this reading, it would be so great if you'd like, subscribe, leave comments. I definitely want to hear from you. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I really do appreciate it. I wouldn't be here without you, so I am truly grateful. And Pisces, again, you're fine. You're good. Wow. Oh my goodness. So Pisces, let me just tell you, this has been a week with some of the rarest readings that I've had, and your reading is now among them. Okay, because as I pointed out earlier, you only got wands and pentacles. Other than the moon, your card in your challenge area. Okay, so there is a sense of bringing it all together. Okay, because you are missing swords and you are missing the cups as well, right? So the air suit, emotions, feelings, love, bring it all in. Mind, body, spirit, okay? That balance, have that balance, that equilibrium, bring it all in, okay? So there's a lot of focus, again, on career, partnerships, in your passions, but put some, thought into a lot of things, put some heart into it as well, all right? Because we're lacking that air. But now you see, in your staff, you got all major arcanas. Come on, Pisces, let's get started. Now, you know how I said earlier, partnership energy was what I was getting? Well, there you go. There's your affirmation. You got the Lover's card. So, I'm sorry. I'm going to see if I can move this light. There we go. So you have the Lover's card. This is great. Hello, partnerships, relationships. But at the end of the day, it really is you. Again, this is you, because you can see Archangel Raphael up here at top, right? You can see, we're going to call them Adam and Eve, okay? Adam is looking at Eve. Eve is looking at the Archangel, the healer. The Archangel Raphael, he's the one who's gifting the love. It is up to them to decide what to do with it, okay? So it seems like there is a sense of like maybe having made a choice, or you have to make a choice regarding relationships, partnerships, okay? Maybe leaving something that's not serving you well. or a partnership that is not serving you well, maybe moving on to a new partnership. It could be the decision that you've had to make, okay? And there could be a little squabble about it, if it's, work related, especially. But there is a sense of like you finding this stability eventually with the Knight of Pentacles in your future, okay? And like I said, the Knight of Pentacles is Virgo, which is in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. And again, you just got it. Now, when I said this is you, it's because, like I said, he's looking at her, she's looking at the Archangel, conscious, subconscious, superconscious. You want to break it down more? Mind, body, spirit. Have that alignment. Know what you want. Okay? Know what you want. Especially with partnerships, relationships. Self-love too. Self-love. That's in you. Okay? That's in you. Remember, put some heart into this week. Now, you got the devil in your external factors area. So there is something that is almost like well, the first things first. The devil is ruled by Capricorn. And as we know, Pluto is in Capricorn in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. But the 11th house is your social network as well. Groups you belong to, organizations you belong to. There may be a friendship or an organization or something that is not right for you and you have to end it. And you know that you have to end it. There could also be a situation that you're in that may be a little toxic that you know you have to end, okay? And again, it's corresponding with the moon in your challenge area. Like, really be in your element. Really trust your intuition now, okay? You have the devil in your external factors area, all right? This is a big thing, all right? So the devil represents everything that you think the devil would represent, all right? Bad behaviors, pessimistic thinking, but also in your external world, things that just not are good for you, things that are seducing you to the dark side, things that are just that you need to just kick to the curb, right? Hit the road, Jack. Hit the road, Jack. It can be like drugs and alcohol are, the most cliche, but they are addictions, all right? Like addictions come up with this card. So there is something that may be trying to lure you. Please, please, please use your intuition. Please, 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 please let your intuition guide you, okay? Make those decisions that you need to make. Now, I'm going to show you something, Pisces. I'm going to show you something. Which card do you prefer? Same card, same people. Except that the devil is mocking the archangel here. So, you can be chained to the devil, or you can have this sense of freedom. Okay? You can have all this love in your life. Self-love too. It's your choice. It's your choice. And I hope you choose to go within and trust your intuition, especially with your card in your challenge area. Now, you did get Judgment, which is a great sign, okay? Because where it falls in your spread, it seems like you are seeking this meaningful life experience now. It's like you want this spiritual journey, you want this spiritual awakening, you really want to it's almost like for a lot of Pisces, like, find yourself. Okay, I know that's such a weird thing to say, but it's true. It is something where you it's almost like if you feel like you've been on autopilot, if you feel like that things have just been like not going your way, it's like now going within, having that deep, profound spiritual experience. And I want you to ask yourself, what does that word even mean for you? Spirituality means so many different things for so many different people. How does it resonate with you? At the end of the day, it's just you having this moment, like I said earlier, knowing what, like, really feeling empowered in terms of moving forward. Okay, this is an awakening, but also a reckoning. This is, especially coming after, the devil. We're coming in the stuff with the devil here. Really, really, really just, that powerful transformation that, I mean, this, like I said, this is a very powerful week. It's a very transformative week, okay? This is all about really knowing what you want, going for it, feeling empowered for it, having all that confidence, just really feeling empowered in what you're doing and what you want, the experiences that you want in your life, but hearing the blow of the trumpet and really raising your energy levels, okay? Uh, that's what by the way, you have two archangels here. So you have Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet, okay? So the dead are arising. The dead are gray in tarot is wisdom, but hey, blowing of the trumpet, what is that? It's sound. What is sound? Sound is frequency, raising your frequency, okay? Sound is healing. You're good because look, you have the star in your final outcome. This is, remember, so two things here. Remember how I said this week is pretty much all about Pluto, okay? Sun trining Pluto. Now, like I said, Pluto is in Capricorn in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. This is your hopes and wishes. The stars aligning for you. This is having faith that everything's working out for you. Then remember how I said there's that balance energy this week? A lot of balance in this card, okay? A lot of healing in this card. In fact, you got 3 cards of healing in your staff. You got the Lovers with Archangel Raphael, the healer. You got Judgment. And then you got the Star, all 8-pointed, referencing strength, okay? The Strength card, 8. Also, the interesting thing here, what I love about this is that the Star is ruled by Aquarius. You do see the water bearer here, right? Well, Aquarius happens to be your 12th house, right? I mean, that cannot get any... You're the native ruler of the 12th house. Your subconscious, your imagination, compassion, your intuition. Like, you're good. You're good. Everything's going to work out. Just don't fall for this, like, something... I'm not going to lie. This is really like, remember that show Modern Family? It's like a Modern Family moment. Just don't make anything like bigger than it is. Like it's really not going to be. Again, like I said, this is like not worth your time energy. Just nip it in the bud, okay? And then the devil, there's just something that may try to like lure you to do it, like something that doesn't serve you well. Let your intuition guide you, okay? And have that self-love. But there is definitely a lot of partnership activity, a lot of work activity here as well. But you're good. You're actually, come on. You got the Star. You got 4 major arcanas in your staff. And then the rare thing about this is the fact that not only is it all wands and pentacles, another major arcana that happens to be your card. Pisces, this is crazy. Oh gosh, it's 37. Okay, Pisces, thanks so much for tuning in. Y'all are amazing. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Here's the other thing. I think one of the reasons why money did come up is because next week we do have that full moon in Aries, which just happens to be in your 2nd house of salary, of finances, of money. All right, so that maybe we're leading up to that. And if you're not here for money, it 2nd house is also like self-worth, self-value, that confidence energy. But this week, definitely trust your intuition and your instincts, and you'll be fine. All right, Pisces, thanks so much. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.